Hi guys, and welcome back to another video from Miss Riley's classroom. Today we're looking at film comparison essays. What are film comparative essays? A comparative essay asks that you compare at least two, or possibly more, things. These include positions on an issue, theories, texts, or events. Although the assignment may say compare, the assumption is that you will consider both the similarities and the differences, or in other words, you will compare and contrast. The first thing you need to do is make a list of similarities and differences. Once you know your basis for comparison, think critically about the similarities and differences between the trailers you are comparing and make a list. For example, you might decide that sound used in The Wolf of Wall Street was used to appeal to the music taste of the audience. Similarly, the choice of music in The Bling Ring also entertains the audience. The list you have generated is not yet your outline, but it should provide you with enough similarities and differences to plan. You should be accessing this document available to you in your own notebooks on OneNote. This is where you list your similarities and differences and evidence for both Trailer 1 and Trailer 2. The next step in a comparative essay is to make an opinion using the similarities and differences. Next, decide if the similarities are stronger than the differences, or vice versa. Create a claim, an opinion, which is a statement reflecting their strengths. A+ essays include both similarities and differences. Here is an example of more differences than similarities. While Callahan's All the Years of Her Life and Mysteries of White Hairs and Cricket both explore the drama genre, Callahan's choice of film techniques are more persuasive overall, making his trailer more effective. And an example of one with more similarities than differences. Although Darwin and Lamrack produced romantic comedies using different filmic techniques, they shared the use of important diegetic sound to persuade the audiences to watch their films. The third step you need to follow is actually writing your essay, and your essay should be set out in the following structure: introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. I recommend you follow the Pearl paragraph structure as has been provided to you on OneNote to ensure you achieve the best possible grade. This is simply a document where you can fill out, in dot points or incomplete sentences, your plan. It allows you to set out sentence by sentence your introduction, following an attention grabber, background sentences, brief overview of Trailer 1 and Trailer 2, and your overall essay claim. Then it allows you to set out body paragraph 1 with evidence, analysis, a repetition where you compare, a second evidence, a second analysis, and a linking sentence. This is done 2 more times in body paragraph 2 and 3, before finally writing your conclusion. Conclusions consist of re-explaining your topic, summarising the reasons why, and leaving me with a question or a statement to think about. I like to call that the X, Y, Z. Some hot tips before I sign off. Your chosen trailers should compare 3 filmic techniques of some cinematography, lighting, characterization, symbolism, sound, mise-en-scene. Your task is to compare the strengths and the weaknesses of the 2 film trailers. The question is asking you to provide examples as to what film techniques the director uses or employs to convince viewers to watch their movie. The question requires you to 1. State the techniques used. 2. Provide evidence using description of what was shown or heard. And 3. The intended effect on the viewer, as in how might they react, think or feel with regards to the film. Here's an example of a paragraph which follows this structure, and we will break it down sentence by sentence, so don't freak out. The point sentence in the Pearl paragraph structure essentially is the first sentence you read, where the point of the paragraph is stated. Both producers persuade their viewers to see the films based on prior knowledge relating to production and fan base by using specific visual elements of mise-en-scene. Here you can see the subject, who made the film, the statement about the issue. What are we talking about? We're talking about how filmmakers persuade their viewers to watch the movie. And the key technique in this paragraph is mise-en-scene. Next, we move on to the evidence sentence, where you show me you actually watched the trailer. Directed by Andrew Stanton, WALL-E uses its subtle visual reminders of the intertitles From the Humans That Brought You and Cars, Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo. The evidence should be quoted if it is written or spoken, or explained if it is visual. And again, reference to the key technique. In this case, intertitles, which is the words on the screen. We then move on to analysis, where we state the intended effect of the quote, and we explain to the reader why we picked that quote and what it shows. The director chose to reference the other movies by Stanton to appeal to the audience members who had seen and enjoyed their other similar movies. Here we've explained how it influences the audience to watch the film. In the Pearl structure, the R stands for repetition, and the repetition is the easiest part of all. It is simply a phrase to show you are going to compare another trailer. I've chosen to use similarly because it is almost the same. So the repetition phrase is a similar connective. Again, because we're repeating, we choose another piece of evidence for the second trailer. The Lorax trailer, directed by Chris, visually reminds its target audience of adults and children of their previous success by stating B-movie Shrek sporadically on screen. The director also included mentions of famous author Dr. Seuss and his children's books that audiences may have read as children, including Cat in the Hat. Again, our evidence is quoted, and we're showing that we understand the key technique, which is the words on the screen. The second analysis, again, where we state the intended effect of the quote and what it shows us. Persuading viewers of all ages who have read the story to see the adaptation because of the author's unique style and success with familiar previous titles. Finally, we have the linking sentence, where we summarise the whole paragraph and link it back to the first point. Consequently, Renaud uses intertitles to convince the audience, unlike Stanton, to see his film based on both prior success but also original source material. So it's still about convincing the audience, and it uses a concluding connective such as evidently, as a result, or consequently. Now it's your turn to write your body paragraphs for your assignment. Please use the document on OneNote to help you.